Alright guys, an official sequel to episode 12. I'm going to savor these episodes. As you know, we only have 14 and 15 because of the delay to the finale. So I'm going to try to enjoy these two episodes as much as I possibly can. I know you guys are going to join me. Very excited for this. Now, I did see parts of this, so not all of this intro is new to me. Fine, yeah, as I live and breathe, finally, we get Carol and Negan scenes.
Matters to you what I want.
What if you didn't have to die?
Didn't know you had a say on the Kangaroo Council deciding my fate.
The Kangaroo Council.
I'm getting that. What I don't get is coming down here and dealing with me when it seems to me you ought to be lining up the old Skin Queen in your crosshairs.
What do you think this is?
Mm-hmm. I knew we'd get this conversation.
So you enter in that one day they'll all forget.
What deal is worth it?
They won't. Not unless you do something to make them forget.
So
So you bring me Alpha's head. And that's what the people want.
she's saying do it
I'll make sure of it.
and you'll have double. It's a win-win. She wins, he gets to be a hero.
I have your word.
If you do it fast.
But technically, how fast? Did he not do it fast enough? Everyone was saying that in the comments of certain videos. Like, I don't think you did it fast enough. It's like, well,
That's what you wanted.
what we want is only what we want until it's ours.
I need to be alone. Shit like that takes time.
What does she need to be alone for? This was the exact same. This was this question I had in my predictions vlog. Like, what is she wandering in the wood? Is she like, you know, peacefully like? Wow, this is loud. All right. Is she like, you know, like, you know, like, freaking like trying to do yoga over the fact that she got her vengeance and she's trying to like connect with the ether realm and Alpha's evil spirit? Like, that's the thing, like, I don't understand, like, what she's looking for now that she has what she's wanted ever since the Pike sequence a year ago. Or, you know, whenever the last episode was. I feel bad for Negan. He went in on the deal, and now, well, we'll see. We'll see if they believe him. Oh, yeah, no one knew she was alive yet.
You're alive. How did you... I'm so sorry. Did you need anything? Did you...
No, I'm okay.
Whoa, what the hell's that? I was gonna say, she didn't get bit, did she? She just, like, casually reveals it.
Tell them already.
Oh, yeah. He hasn't told anyone. May I have your attention, please? I do declare I have an announcement.
Okay.
You all will like to know this.
Excuse me. I have some things I need to fess and request.
Fess and request.
I've been in radio communicado with someone outside our
There's the
orbit.
communicado.
A new person. We set up a time to meet.
What? Who is it?
Her name is Stephanie.
Wait,
and
is this another community?
where is it? What?
What did you tell her about us? And now you're going to meet her. She could be another spy, just like Dante. Eugene, how long have you been keeping this from us?
I have some of the same questions.
The
But if Eugene's instincts are that this Stephanie may be a new ally,
Eugene.
let's hear him out before we jump to conclusions.
Eugene is he's so unprepared for this. Everyone just
Same side here.
everyone just bombarded him. Look at him. He's like, holy shit.
Some of you were well aware that I relocated to Hilltop in pursuit of a metaphorical fresh start.
And then Yumiko goes because we know she's in the photos. Jeez, her pants are really ripped.
You can take my horse. Team can be good for me.
Where? At some random cabin? Where the hell are they?
Okay. But someone else should have the adventure. Meet the new people.
You!
It's okay, Amy. Go.
There's no more of their weird-ass drama. Magna looks so sleep-deprived. Like, look at under her eyes. She literally looks like she hasn't slept in, like, 15 days. Like, seriously, if I was her, I would sleep for, like, 2 days straight. And then we know, yeah, Ezekiel goes. That's the thing, like, the photos have already told us the 3 people who go.
Jerry? Really going? Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea. Because I'm sick. Because I'm gonna miss you. We can't stop a man willing to be foolish, right?
I'm willing to be the fool.
Or a fool willing to believe in future friends. Is that all it is? Ezekiel.
Oh yeah, he keeps calling him boss. Ever since season 7. Can finally face him as an equal. Wow, that looked creepy. As if Alpha was still alive, like, not zombified, but like she was alive, the person.
She was with Negan. Did he?
Oh, shit.
You were the Alpha now. She can hear you.
Oh, for freak's sake.
Take off your mask.
Really? Are we this fucked? She can hear you. What planet are you living on?
You hear her. Are you listening? Yeah. What is she saying to you? I don't know. Move closer. I don't know. Just listen. What is she saying to you? Just listen.
What the hell? Is no one allowed to have an opinion in this fucking community? In the comics, he flips out way more than that. In the comics, he, like, screams, like, no! And the show, he's like, oh, she's just taken her second form. Like, what is this? Like fucking Super Saiyan. Oh, Lydia's gone, I remember, yep. And Daryl's gonna be there, yep. Oh, shit.
Where's Alpha? Look, whatever Lydia told you. Where is she? She is dead.
Yep.
She is dead. I killed her.
Yeah, I did that.
I'm not lying. I have something in my pocket. It's not a weapon. I am slowly gonna reach for
It's a condom, it's what we use when we fucked.
threw in with them was so I could get close enough to Alpha to slit her throat. Now you talk about silencing the Whisperers. I silenced the Alpha.
Oh yeah.
Why the hell else you think that your girlfriend let me out of that cell?
Makes sense. But I don't know what the hell Carol's doing.
Carol.
Oh shit. They're going crazy. Crazy Carol.
Always watching.
I will never leave. You'll be seeing me in my sleep. If I was this guy, I would just, like, suicide into beta. I would literally just... Because, like, he's dead anyway. Wow. What are they What are they like? Understand? What is he like? Understand like zombie language? What is so wrong about what that guy did? All he said was that he was the Alpha now, and that's true. He's in command. Alpha's dead. Gamma's dead. Like, I don't understand. Like. I guess the Whisperers just shut the fuck up and say absolutely nothing. This is a nice cozy little place. There's still a cup of whiskey lying out? What the hell? Dude, you you realize how many years that must have been sitting there? Alpha wants the drink. The legend himself. Oh, he was a singer. Yep. He was absolutely the singer. Yep. Yep. So he's not in the comics, he's a basketball player. In the show, he's a country singer. I'm gonna have to freeze frame that.
Afraid. Just like Sophia.
What? How does she... It's just a...
This here, unless you take your own. I respect what you did. It's Negan who drew the blade, but it was you who ended me. Like a true alpha. Stop it. Oh, I see. You regret it. No. You feel guilt. People were hurt in the name of vengeance. And now you can't go back. You won't accept what you've done.
Huh.
Maybe they will if you say you're sorry. Motherhood. Death.
This is creepy.
They don't know what you truly want. Admit it.
A, sl
What do you want?
a slimy sausage.
What do you want? Say it.
I don't know. What does she want?
Say it.
Well, I like how briefly that was an image of the Pike.
Yeah.
Wow. I always love that. The psychological, like, torment.
Andy? The new community, I mean. Bunnies. She's the body.
What the...
I was macking on them. They were delicious.
I was macking on mom. My teeth was going 40 miles an hour.
Still, I came to associate them with family.
Eugene, please tell me we aren't really on a journey to find chocolate bunnies.
Of course not.
Okay, Yumiko.
Journey for the future hope of mankind.
I feel you. Eugene's, what the heck? Zombie traps? Who the hell laid that?
Not their modus operandi. So we're not alone. We don't know who would do this.
What's taking a few moments?
Modus operandi is what they're known for. It's a term to say what someone's known for most. Just to define that for you, because I know what that means. Eugene likes the big words. He does. Who the heck laid that trap there? Yeah, because the Whispers really don't use technology, like, at all. It's all about being with nature. Oh. I think Ezekiel... Yeah. Hold on, buddy. Alright, Ezekiel is way too hurt. I don't think he should be fighting.
I get it. You're pissed. Your gal pal didn't let you in on the plan. Nobody asked you. Look, I'm pissed too. Lone wolves are not thinking about the pack. I'm pissed because of Hilltop. A whole bunch of children almost died because of you. Keep walking.
He just turns around. That is true. Like, he took it pretty far. Like, he could have tried to kill Alpha before it got to the point where they were attacking Hilltop. I mean, maybe he needed to, declare war in order to really, make sure. Half Moon Live. It's funny, he's going through his old records. Watch, he plays one. He's like... Oh, is he gonna? He's gathering walkers with his old music. That is amazing. That is fucking hilarious. He's gathering walkers with his old music.
You can roll out that to Maggie about me.
Maggie?
Keep it up, Carol. If I know the truth, so do you.
What is she looking for?
Do you hear me, you empty-headed slit?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Stupid cues.
We're talking about Lydia here. Why would I stash her out in Banjo Country unless the whole point was we're safe? Unless the whole
Banjo.
freaking point was just to use her as bait so I could get Alpha alone. I did. It took a minute. I had to get her to trust me because I wasn't on some half-cocked suicide mission. That's because you liked it.
Oh, shit. Oh, come on.
Alpha's dead. Because of you. We kneel. For the new Alpha.
Wait, what? Are you... I can't take this episode. Look at Negan's face.
So many
But wait, isn't that gonna split the Whisperers? Some are gonna be loyal to Beta and others to... Or maybe Beta's just doing this... Like, he's just trying to gather as many... Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt now. So, basically, it's as if Brad Paisley...
Savoring the moment. Oh, taking my sweet ass time. All right, fellas. What's the order of business? Wait. One damn minute. I'm supposed to be the alpha, right? I mean, the only reason I'm asking is I'm a little bit confused. If I'm the alpha, why is someone who is most definitely not the alpha holding a badass shotgun?
Oh, wait.
That is what I'm talking about.
Is that Alpha's shotgun? It is.
That feels good. I mean, I never had a kid of my own, but if I did, I would imagine this is what it's like holding your baby for the very first time, except for it turns out my baby can kill people by spitting bullets at them. Daryl, kneel to the alpha.
He's just having fun, I bet. This is probably not great flashbacks to when Negan was later of the Saviors.
It is starting to get real now, ain't it? There, you were right. When you said that I liked it. Fact is, I like it a lot. You should probably shoot me. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, there we go. See? There you go.
Tommy, asshole.
See? There you go. That's hilarious that they thought he was the alpha because of that. Wow. Honestly, Negan should have manipulated that. Why did that horse just have like a heart attack? What happened to the horse? Did it get bit? What the hell happened to it? I didn't see it get bit. Oh man, he's got to kill a horse. Why are there so many episodes of The Walking Dead where horses are getting killed? This is like a freaking fetish of the show. No, that's disgusting. Why? What happened to the horse? What happened to that horse? Maybe I didn't see it fast enough. I don't know.
Ezekiel. What none of us can predict.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Everyone needs a fresh start, basically, on this group.
You know who we'll need with us? The man that built a kingdom in the apocalypse.
There you go. Come on, Ezekiel. Doesn't matter if you have cancer. I'm telling you, he's gonna go to the... I'm betting you, if this is the Commonwealth they're going to, they're gonna have... I bet you they're gonna have chemotherapy and stuff for him to get better. It's just my prediction, but we shall see. Oh yeah, I forgot. Carol's stuck under all this rubble. Oh, for crying out loud. Here we go. The
This way, friend. We're ready for you. Oh, I knew how this would end. No one's gonna save you.
Do you think Daryl and Negan will maybe find her?
Certainly not now. Not after what you did to Connie. Stop fighting.
Just let that happen.
It's interesting to hear her mention characters so far in the past. Huh.
You know what you gotta do. I could have been anyone. But you chose me. Because I get the job done.
I don't want this.
Just look at the flowers. Like you're supposed to.
Oh, that's where the title comes in.
1,
3.
Yay, she somehow made it out. Oh, I thought...
It's never too late.
I thought that was... Huh. Oh, Carol, man. Gotta get yourself together. There's the city. So you want to hear a good knock-knock joke? It's funny knowing how good of friends they are in real life.
Not to spin a broken record, but I don't think she's coming back. You know, I'm not bullshitting you. When I said that I liked it, that wasn't part of the act.
Yeah, I know.
You know, when your people locked me up, I lost everything. 7 years spent staring out that little window. Man, it sucked. It got so bad that even my memories had bars painted on them.
Wow. It's a nice metaphor.
So when Alpha took me in, I admit it, I liked it. It was nice feeling like I mattered again, like I was respected. But she took it too far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't kill people that don't deserve it.
Yeah, the whole thing with Lydia pushed him.
Never kill kids.
Is that supposed to make me like you?
No.
Good.
What about my winning personality?
What? My winning person. Hashtag winning. Was he part of the Charlie Sheen? The Charlie Sheen trend? Charlie Sheen. Hey. Did she actually come back, or... I'm confused. I don't know if this is like a weird vision or if she actually came back to Alexandria.
What are the chances of a city like this being empty?
Also, where the hell Lydia go?
Probable than a baby born with a full set of teeth.
Damn, this is a change of scenery. Holy crap. What the hell? It's a gypsy zombie. Let me tell you your fortune. You'll become just like me. What the... That looks so... It looks so good, but also very goofy at the same time. It's holding a... Well, it can't, like, unclench its hands. It's holding the cocktail glass. That looks so bizarre, dude. Why did they put zombies in, like, all these normal situations? Like, driving the moped and having cocktails. Like, what is this? I mean, I know they're trying to paint a deserted, zombified city, but... And now a Rastafarian. What is going on right now? Someone had way too much fun with this episode. Look at Ezekiel. Yeah. This is the whole thing's cracking me up here. God. Oh, damn.
Oh my god, hi!
What the hell? It's Princess! Wow, she looks good. Woo! That's a comic appearance. Those big eyes, yo, a bigger fucking eyes, God. Woohoo! So, other than amassing a giant horde, he hasn't spoken, like, what his plans are. Like, I was expecting him to gather all the Whisperers together and be like... Yeah, like, what are the Whisperers doing right now? Like, both of their leaders are MIA right now.
I see.
I must kill them all. The wrath of Beta shall be unleashed. He got a new mask. Oh boy. Here comes the Mega Horde. Alright. Princess's introduction was very odd. Oh my god, hi! Hopefully we get her next episode. The thing is, the way her... And I love how every character introduction they do this. They make it just like the introduction is in the comics. So, like, Alpha's was, you know, bring me my daughter. Negan's was obviously coming out of the RV saying his big speech. And Princess's... Because in the first comic splash, her eyes are, like, super, super big. So it does line up with that.
On the next episode of The Walking Dead.
No sign of them, they left quickly.
Prepare the Guardians. We walk.
What do you want?
Excuse me?
If I wanted to attack, I'd hold the gun like this.
I want to learn what you do. How to keep us safe.
We've got way too many people counting on us back home. Missing this meeting isn't an option.
They had walkers inside. I think that's it. Wow. There were walkers inside Alexandria. They abandoned Alexandria and let it fall like that? Wow. That's an interesting theory. Do you think that they abandon all of the communities and then everyone just moves to the Commonwealth? Because think about it, maybe they do that so that all of the action can take place in one location. That's an interesting theory. We're going to have to talk about that in episode 15. I don't want to make that the whole thing for this video. So some funny things in this episode. A couple of unexpected things. I think the two funny but unexpected things was the fact that Beta found his old record. So it's basically confirmed that he used to be a famous musician, a famous country musician. He used the music to gather all of those walkers. Now, I thought they still had like a mega horde, or did a lot of those walkers get killed in the hilltop battle and then they have to replenish them? I don't know. He was amassing more. Maybe he just... Maybe it's kind of like if you guys have seen The Matrix, the second Matrix movie, where Agent Smith's like, more, and then like all these more agents, more and more and more agents start attacking Neo. It's kind of like that. He's just not satisfied. He wants as many walkers as humanly possible. An interesting angle that I think that they overlooked too quickly because they kind of they wanted a moment for Negan to prove to Daryl that he could be trusted was when the Whisperers, those three Whisperers, thought that Negan was going to be Alpha. Because they're like, you killed Alpha, you are now the Alpha. I was like, dude, this is a perfect opportunity to turn the Whisperers against each other so that there's almost like a mini civil war. People who are on Negan's side and Beta's side. Like, you get like them fighting against each other. And you can try to destroy them from within and then take out the Horde that way. Like, I don't know. I felt like that would have been an interesting idea. Now, obviously, Daryl was tied up as a prisoner, and there was kind of a precarious situation there. But Negan could have said, like, oh, we're going to have Daryl wear a mask, and, he's going to join us. Like, Negan could have spun some bullshit so that, he could have spun some bullshit so that they could have got out of that situation. Or he could have said to those Whisperers, like, you three, go back to the rest. Tell them that we're going to go here. Like, just spin some bullshit. Then Negan can free Daryl, and then they can go. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity just to kill them all. I get it. They needed to escape. Was that Alpha's double barrel shotgun? Because in the comics, she never uses it. And obviously in the show, she never got to use it. She was close in the fight between her fight with Daryl. Her fight with Daryl, she was close to using it at one point. So that gun that guy had, maybe he picked it up, and then Negan shot him with it. I love that line. He's like, hey, I'm Alpha now, so I need a big swinging gun. This is like holding my first child. And he just shoots the guy with it. I thought that was funny. It was, I obviously hate the way the Whisper system works. I mean, that guy was just literally like, you are Alpha now. See, what a difference. You see, why wouldn't they go to Negan's side? One guy takes the guy and presses his face up to Alpha's severed head, and literally his face gets gnawed on his cheek. And then the guy, for some reason, is still loyally following Beta. And then when there's a walker coming by, he just stabs the guy and then lets the guy get eaten alive. It's like, really? Like why are you still loyal to this giant hulking behemoth who obviously is just a complete asshole? Like, I was just like, what? Like, why would you? Like, Negan, on the other hand, before he turned on them to save Daryl, he kind of was making speeches and joking around. Obviously, everything that he did when he was leader of the Saviors. I don't know. Again, just to not to harp on it too much, but I just think it was kind of a missed opportunity. Like, I know the plot's not going to go that way, and there's another method that they're going to use to get out of the Horde situation. The thing is, I don't know where they're going. That's the thing. They let all those walkers swarm into Alexandria. Where the hell is everyone going? Because they weren't at Hilltop. They were in some random cabin recovering from the Hilltop battle. They were just in a cabin, just recovering. I don't know where that cabin is. So we're assuming the Hilltop is gone, and then there's like a bazillion walkers in Alexandria. So, like I'm saying, like, again, I understand if in season 11, if all of the action moves to the Commonwealth, and that's like the end game you're setting up for the show, because I mean the comic only goes the Commonwealth is the last part of the comics. So if the show goes the same length of time, then you want everyone to be, because the comics has the luxury of, you turn a page, there's one community, you turn another page. Like, the way they tell the medium is, you can do different things because it's pages versus a TV show where there's a different ebb and flow. So maybe Angela Kang's like, look, like, we need one location. And she might look at season 7 and 8 of The Walking Dead when you had Hilltop, Kingdom, Alexandria, Oceanside, Sanctuary, the Junkyard, 6 locations, and it was so hard to be bouncing between them and all of the stories. And I always thought, I was like, oh great, for season 10 they only had Hilltop and Alexandria. Now, as far as I know, Hilltop is destroyed, and then Alexandria, we saw in that preview clip for episode 15 that there were 1 million walkers swarming within Alexandria. They were standing on top of the windmill. I was like, what the hell? And that harkens to a classic comic book scene. It's actually, there's a cover where, like, because Rick is alive during these events, and he has like a metal hand, and he's like reaching through like all of the walkers. It never actually happens, but it's a really cool cover that Charlie Adlard did. So I'll throw that in like the predictions for episode 15, so I could show you guys that. So the Carol stuff, like, I really liked, like, Alpha taunting her was great. Like I said, like, Alpha is the character foil for Alpha is the character foil for Carol, much like Negan was the character foil for Rick, because it was Rick versus Negan from season, the end of season 6 through 7, and then 8, even parts of 9. Those few episodes where kind of the epilogue of the Savior storyline before Rick went off in the helicopter, he still was talking to Negan in the prison cell. And the whole situation that he got into getting impaled was because he was trying to rush back to Alexandria to stop Maggie from killing Negan. So, very much a character foil. But, I don't know. It wasn't, and I said this in my predictions. I was like, it wasn't really clear, like, what was Carol doing out in the woods? Like, did she just need to clear her head? One thing that I picked up on, Alpha, being a figment of Carol's imagination, she says, she mentions many things. Sophia, Lizzie, Mika, like, this, it reminds me, remember when Tyrese, I mean, we're going way back. Remember in season 5 when Tyrese gets, he gets chomped on the arm by a walker and he's bleeding out. He's seeing hallucinations, and that, I forget his name. It's that asshole guy from Terminus. The guy who, like, chews the gum and, like, he puts his hands on Judith's neck and he's like, you're the guy that saves babies. He talks about, I forget what characters he talks about. He talks about a few characters that he never interacted with them. And so it's a figment of Tyrese's imagination. And so the same thing happens here, where Alpha's talking about her losing Sophia and Lizzie and Mika, and it's Carol's life that she's experienced, but this villain is talking through all of it. And that was really cool, but I kept wondering, like, where was Carol going? What was the purpose of her being out there? I think that there was communication between her and Maggie because Alpha mentions Maggie. Like, because she says, like, oh, even when you were out there communicating with Maggie. And then there was something, she was getting something in that shed, the one that collapsed on her. She was getting something in that shed. So that tells me that she's had correspondence with Maggie, and this is maybe the final part of their correspondence. And that was what she was going to do. So, because that would make sense. Because I was confused. It's like, what, is she just taking, doing like a 2-mile jog in the woods trying to clear her head after she killed Alpha? But it's like, okay, she needed to get the communication with Maggie, and along the way, she's having all these thoughts about the fact that Alpha's dead. From the fact that Alpha is dead to the fact that she got a lot of people hurt in her vengeance to get Alpha killed. Lots of different thoughts. So, like, that certainly makes sense. So, and then you also had the side stuff with Eugene, Yumiko, and Ezekiel going off to meet Stephanie. I was about to say Princess. Not Princess. They were going to meet Stephanie. But what do you guys think of Princess? I mean, again, like, it's as goofy as it kind of is in the comics, like, just for someone to be like, oh my god, hi, like, it's weird because it's like, people don't just, like, emerge. they don't just emerge and are just like, oh, hi, like, it was, I don't know, it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird to see that, but it's also really cool. Like, again, like, I love seeing comic characters come to life. So seeing Princess on the show, I'm like, oh shit, this is awesome. So, a new character, because I was saying, like, I felt like we're losing so many characters, especially with Michonne gone now. So I was like, all right, so some of these new characters will now come on the spot, Princess being one of them. I'm curious, again, I'm so pissed off. You guys know I uploaded a video a few days ago with a very prominent Walking Dead Twitter user. Yes, Twitter. I highly suggest you go watch that video. It's really, really good. I did a co-op style discussion vlog where we talked about the fact that due to the virus, at the time I'm filming this on March 20, well, I mean, it would be later on for you guys, but the virus, the coronavirus that's going on, it delayed the finale of The Walking Dead. And I went through all these theories and predictions and reasons why, A, I think it got delayed, B, I'm not happy about being delayed, but trying to put it in perspective because there are people who are going through way tougher times because of this virus, and me complaining about not seeing an episode of a television show is really can't compare to things that people are suffering and dealing with. So, if you want to go watch it, it's the video most recent to this one. It was the one right before it. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to end. I don't know how they're going to end the season. The thing is, like, episode 15 is now going to feel like a season finale. It really is. It's going to feel like a season finale because they didn't tell us when episode 16 is coming out. They didn't reveal it. So for us, like, it's just going to be... And it's funny because the director for episode 15 said that 16 feels like... that 15 feels like a finale. Which is kind of funny because last year 15 felt like a finale. If you guys remember, episode 15 was the head pikes. The big head pike thing last year. The very traumatic head pike sequence. That was last year's in season 9. And then the storm, it kind of was just the aftermath of it. It didn't even really feel like a finale. Episode 15 really felt like the finale. So now they're saying that 15 feels like a finale, and then we're going to go into 16. So, what I was getting at with all of that is, will the Commonwealth or Eugene's radio contact, more, we're going to get some, so at least from the previews, and I'm going to do this in my prediction, it looks like we get a little bit more screen time with Princess, which I want to be able to do some discussion vlogs with you guys about her character, so being able to see a few scenes with her, especially if she's going to have some screen time, which it looks like she does in episode 15, which is pretty much our finale, then that's cool. I'm happy about that. We can do some discussion and talk about her character, so I'm super excited about that. So again, there's going to be like layers of predictions we're going to have to do, like 15 to 16, 16 to after, how long it gets delayed. Time is just going to go on. But again, like much like you guys, I'm stuck here at home. Red Sox and Three Stooges posters, and I mean, it's funny because I don't know if you can, the table. So that's where I was filming my reactions before, and then I was over. There's a couch, me pointing to my right, that I was sitting on for Michonne's last episode. So I've changed location just in terms of space. I've moved because I'm in this space for a much longer period of time. I've moved things around so I can kind of like film, record. Hence why I did that co-op video with that Walking Dead Twitter guy, because I'm like, I need more content to fill the space. So I'm going to reach out to some other people to do discussions and stuff, because I want to have content for you guys. Because, I mean, my channel always goes through this period, because even if there wasn't some crazy world-destroying virus going on right now, episode 16 would have come out normally as it does, and then there would be the big wait. We would have had to wait months for season 11. So it was already, like, this wait was already going to happen. It's just going to be a week earlier. So I guess that's a good perspective. Anyway, I've gotten pretty off topic from episode 14, Look at the Flowers. But I talked about the main stuff. The Negan Daryl stuff, some of the lines were pretty funny. I love vintage Negan. Give me more Negan. Please include him in the story. I hope nothing happens to him. Where'd Lydia go? That's one question I have. It looks like she's in next week's episode. Again, like I'm almost getting ahead of myself with predictions for episode 15. But yeah, it looks like she's in next week's episode, so I want to know where the heck she went. Maybe she just went with the other community people. And Carol, if the Maggie stuff is true, then I guess that makes sense. I liked Alpha kind of poking at her. That was kind of cool. And then what else? Oh, yeah, and then looking for who we assume is the Commonwealth, Eugene's radio adventure, and then the new character, Princess, which I'm going to do some discussions with, and then, we'll get to see her in action next episode. Which, again, I'm really, really, really excited about that. So, at least that's something, at least it's not a very average, boring episode. The last episode we're getting before this break has some cool things in it. A giant horde in Alexandria, getting to meet a classic comic book character in Princess. So we got some cool things. And this episode, and then obviously the other stuff was with Beta and learning about his identity. The only thing was, like, he never in the comics, and I think that this scene should have been included, he has almost like a mini council meeting, and it's not really big, but he addresses the Whisperers as a whole. And they say, and it's similar, where they see the severed head, and there's not just 3 of them. So when they see the severed head in this episode, there's only 3 of them. In the comics, it's the whole group. They're like, oh my gosh, Alpha's dead. And he doesn't find her severed head. He finds her corpse, the corpse without the head. So they did it the reverse in the show. And all of the Whisperers say, you are now Alpha. And he doesn't kill anybody, but in the comics he says, I will never be Alpha. We follow her lead, which is to kill them all. Like, he has a very visible, visceral reaction where he's screaming, he's like, no, like he's angry. I don't know, I was expecting him to explode. I was expecting him to really show some anger and rage, because he's like a big, physical, angry dude. Like, I was just, I was like, where's the anger? Like, I was looking at, like, literally the leader that he's followed for all of these years, who has shaped his like the new person he's become with the mask he's put over the famous person he used to be. That person has been killed, decapitated by not just the enemy, but Negan, who disguised himself as being with the Whisperers, and then he used it as a way to be a spy, get close to Alpha, kill her, and then freaking hightail it back to the survivors. So I just expected Beta to be a little bit angrier than he was. And I'm disappointed I didn't get to see his rage. Like, it was almost like a calm, controlled anger, because he's playing the music. He's like, he has his hands, like in the preview clip we had seen last week, where he's like, he has his hands on that balcony, and he's like summoning walkers, almost like he's some sort of wizard. And so, like, he knows how he's gonna get his vengeance, but, like, he's just calmly, like, trying to get the walkers, get the walkers, get the walkers, get the walkers. And so, I was just waiting. And, like, it was weird because he's like, do you hear her whispering? And I was like, is he just trying to kill this guy? Like, it's almost like he was in a trance, you know? Like, he wasn't angry. He's just like, and that was why that caught me off guard, because they go to the Whisperer border, and he's not angry. He's like, oh, Alpha, she's still alive. Oh, she's whispering to you. It's like, dude, she's dead. Her head's on a pike. She's not whispering to you. Those are growls. like, get, like, ugh, you know, like, get it. I know that they bought into this cult mentality. I get it. It's almost like in real life when someone buys into a cultish persona of a human being, and you're so angry because you can't, like, snap them out of that existence. So in some ways it's just like real life, but like I just wanted to take Beta and just be like, you idiot, she is dead. Can you recognize that she's dead and be angry at the people that killed her? Like, yeah, I mean, I liked the sequence where he played his old records and was summoning this. Like, that was all very cool. I liked that sequence. Because when he went into the bar, I was like, why is he, like, what is he doing here? Like, what's the purpose behind this? And I was like, okay. And so it's funny because two characters, both Carol and him, they went through similar journeys this episode where they were wandering on their own, dealing with their own, with the past, with the present, with the future, all at once, their own emotions, and they were handling it in different ways, and the past was echoing back to them. So Alpha's, the evil, you know, the evil vision of Alpha was bringing the past back to Carol, and then for Beta, it was all of his, you know, he saw his poster that he ripped off the wall, and he played his old music. So yeah, that was the parallel in the episode. So, and then Look at the Flowers was just the fact that Carol almost died from the cabin that fell on her, but I was pretty sure that she wasn't gonna die. I mean, the show has done this, where a character gets stuck, and then a walker is slowly shambling towards them, and then just in the nick of time they get free, and I was like... And she was stuck under that cabin for a long time, because it was nighttime, and then it went to daytime, and she was still stuck underneath. I was like, what? That's... What? So, anyway. Yeah, a few weird things in this episode. I mean, I will give it a 9 out of 10. The Negan dialogue was funny. Like, I really thought that was really, really funny. Like, the sequence where, just his face... The face he made when the Whisperers bowed to him and said he was Alpha, like, I cracked the fuck up at that. But yeah, I mean, there were just some weird things here and there with the episode. Like, I was trying to understand the purpose with certain characters, and I also thought certain reactions should have been very different. As I just mentioned with Beta going to see the result of Alpha. Like, because again, Beta had Negan with the knives right up to his throat like this. Like, he must be thinking, like, I could have killed this guy and stopped all of this from happening, and I did. Like, I don't know, I didn't see the regret, I didn't see the anger, the rage, the consternation, like, I wanted to see that, but instead he was talking to it like it was alive. Like, what do we do next? Like, it's almost like the conch shell from SpongeBob, where he's like, what do we do now, magic conch? And then like he was using Alpha's head like a conch shell, and I was just like, Beta, be angry. You are a big burly man. Like, I want to see you angry, so I am hyped for all of the walkers you're summoning for this giant 15, eventually 16 finale, whatever the hell. Yes, that's what I want. And I was kind of angry I didn't get that. Because in the comics, I'll show you guys, I might even put it alongside this and show you, like, the freeze frame image of him, like, with his head cocked back, screaming into the night sky. It's like, I was waiting for that to be adapted, and instead, it was adapted as him talking to it like it was still alive. And again, like, that makes sense because they do believe that the walkers are guardians and that there's some weird, nature animalistic connection that they got going on there. But it just, in that moment, rage would have been the appropriate response. That's just what I think. Okay, anyway, that's my review. Predictions for episode 15. And then next Friday, the reaction to episode 15. And then beyond that, I don't know. I mean, there's so many things we're going to have to talk about in episode 15's prediction. Like, is there going to be a preview clip to episode 16? Will there be another talking... Because they're doing a Talking Dead. So to tell you guys, they are doing a Talking Dead for episode 14. So I will watch that. It's another home edition. Ryan Hurst is going to be on it. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So it's actually going to be a really cool one to watch. And then I don't know if they're doing one for 15. I feel like they would because it's the last episode for like a long time. So why would you not do one for episode 15? Again, like, I don't know. Are we getting a preview clip to 16? There's so much uncertain. And I said this in the vlog I made with the Walking Dead World, the Twitter user. Life is uncertain. In The Walking Dead, in the real world, like, everything is uncertain. I'm sure you guys, in your own unique situations, are feeling some of that. And so, I feel for you, and I just want to echo that, I'm hoping you're all doing well. Please stay inside if you can. I know it varies from state to state, but as of when I'm making this video, cases for the virus are going up, and if people could stay inside and, regardless if you have it or not, you're doing your part by staying inside and letting the healthcare system try to figure this thing out. So, I just felt like, I haven't made like an official vlog. I mentioned it in that co-op video I made the other night, but I kind of have to put my feelings out there that, everyone should be doing their part. This is a time to be selfless, not selfish. So let's do that and come together, and hopefully we can freaking conquer this thing. Eventually we will. I don't know how long it's going to take, but, so that's what we got to do. So anyway, thank you guys. Peace out.